good morning to the gamers. Look at this, a day that, I'll be honest, I never thought we would see. It is Forestry Part 2. It is finally time. Proven wrong by Jagex themselves. They said, TheBaldMob, you're not going to make another Forestry video about us. Instead, you're going to make one about the dang update. And here we go. Look at us. Who would have thought? Who knew?
Look at us.
Here we are now together.
Not me.
Alright, so let's get into this. We're going to just scroll right past the boring stuff, aka the flavor text, and let's jump into what exactly is new with Forestry Part 2. 5 brand new events, and we're going to kind of take a quick look at each of them, go over what some of them are, and then I'm going to hope I can find some of them in the real world as well. Now, I've seen a lot of players already complaining on Twitter, X. Can you believe that? People are already complaining that there's too much going on, and if you're in a forestry world specifically, there is a lot happening. There's lots of players running around, which is good. I love to see players going nutso over a new event, but forestry, or I guess woodcutting in general, used to be such a chill, relaxing, AFK thing, which is great, it still is, but there is a lot of chaos happening now. Some events will only spawn when someone within the chopping group has certain items, and that's how it was with Forestry Part 1 as well. You have to have certain components, and you can buy them all from the Forestry shop. Now, one thing that is unique to Forestry Part 2 is that some of these events have special, unique offerings, not just the bark that you would get from the first couple of events from Forestry Part 1. These are all of the new events, and apparently one of them is non-members, which is kind of cool. I like how they're still sprinkling in some new things for non-members as well. Alright, so first up is the friendly ent, and like you see in the picture there, basically these 5 little tree ents will appear, and you just have to do like their certain hairstyle, or as they say, nature style, and you basically just, walk up to them and say, I like your cut, G, and then you choose whichever one that they are telling you, and you'll get fletching XP and woodcutting XP. So, fletching XP, I guess, if you're a member only. Now, the next one is where you might get a little angry with me. This is the beehive. Now, in this event, you are basically tasked, you have to have a smoke canister, which you can, like I said, create from the forester shop. You have to help the beekeeper rehome the bees by building these little temporary bee boxes. Use any kind of log to basically fix them up. Now, look at this next line here. In the future, not right now, there's too much to add this a little extra thing, too much. You'll have the chance to obtain bee box parts from this event, which you can be used to build a bee box in your own house. That's a lot of letter B. Unfortunately, implementation has proved to be slightly more complex than expected, so this bonus reward won't launch in this week's update. We expect to release it with next week's update. So keep an eye out. Dude, next week, I'm going to forget all about it by next week. Can't even greenlog it, because the reward won't be out till next week, which is very frustrating, Jagex. I'm a little frustrated. I'll be honest, I'm not mad yet. I'm getting there, though. I'm just a little freaking frustrated. Okay, next up we have the pheasant control. This one looks kind of cool. Basically, with like the forester, the freaky forester, or friendly forester, whichever way you're swinging that day, you'll have some pheasants pop up, and you have to deal with them with something called a pheasant spoon, which I guess you get from the forester shop, and these nests will spawn all around the tree. Only one of them contains a pheasant protecting their eggs. You have to like solid snake in there. You have to sneak past them somehow. I don't know how, because based on the picture I see up above, they're all just kind of standing there like in a line. I don't really see how it's going to be like a stealth mission, but I digress. We haven't jumped into it yet, so what do I freaking know? Nothing. I know nothing. You'll gain XP and enema bark for each egg you deliver. And you'll have the chance to find pheasant feathers, which can be crafted into a grand pheasant outfit, which I believe is going to look like this, which looks kind of lame. I mean, it doesn't look bad per se, but it looks just kind of like nothing. Like, it looks like you are wearing the feather beak, and by feather beak, I just mean beak, from that Eagle's Peak quest, where you dress up as the eagle to sneak past him. It just looks like you're wearing a plain t-shirt. And if you're especially lucky, you'll obtain a golden pheasant egg, which you can use to transmog your beaver pet. Yeah, maybe if I freaking had one, dude. Alright, second to last is the poachers event. All you need to do is, you have to have a trap disarming kit to make the event spawn, and then your task is to disarm the traps. You click it, that's all you gotta do, and then everyone else runs around in a short period of time to interact with it to basically contribute their little, hey, I touched it, I'm done, Jagex. Just like the previous event, if you're lucky, you'll find a fox whistle. which will once again transmog your beaver into a friendly fox. Why so many transmogs, dude? There's the funky shaped log. There's the fox whistle. I don't even have the dang pet, Jagex. Give me the pet first. Alright, and then the final new event is the enchantment ritual. This one looks kind of cool. Basically, if you have a petal circlet on your person, a dryad in distress. Girl, what you doing? She may appear, I don't know why I said that. She may appear after a tree has been chopped down, and you basically have to stand in the correct portal, almost kind of like Zalcano. You have to, well, except you don't stand in the ones in Zalcano. You stand in the correct color, and it'll basically charge her JO crystal. It'll charge her spot, and you just repeat that until her ritual is complete. And then after this, you will receive regular rewards, but also a wearable petal garland. Cool, I guess. Alright, now that we're done with all that, now it's time to get into the good stuff. All of the new rewards that are being brought to us with this brand new freaky fresh forestry update. So here's a list of all the new garbage that's going to be in the Forester shop. These are all different components or other things that you may need to make. They've also really updated the collection log with a bunch of other stuff, which is just fantastic. They saw me bragging about how I almost had it green logged in my last Forestry video. They said, screw you, BaldMob. So here's all the different components that you'll need to make some of the new items. And then we get into the big boy, the two-handed axe, which, wait, what? 500 oak logs. Please, 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 please tell me I have all those logs. Please, 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 please. Oh, hold on. We're on the pheasant event, so I need to find the pheasant that has no. Is it this one? I'm just going where everybody else is. I got an egg. Oh, dude, I can't see. There's too many people. I need to have the entity hider on, dude. It's this one right here. It's this one right. I see it. There we go. And back. Go back. You're just running back and forth, delivering. No, that's the wrong person. That's the seer. Take it back. There we go. I have an egg. I've done like 4 or 5. So far, this is going great. Did I get scammed? Where the hell did he go? I did like 4 deliveries. I didn't get anything. Oh, I've been awarded 4 bark? What the hell? Scam. Alright, well, while I finish chopping those oak logs in game really quickly, let's talk about the two-handed axe, the elephant in the room, if you shall say. If you would say. Would you say that? Probably not. If you make it, you can't change it back. You can't, like, dismantle it like you can other items. I don't know why exactly. Jagex really just hates forestry, I think. Alright, and here's the real issue at hand. So while it chops at the same speed as a regular axe, which is great, the two-handed version offers something extra. When you have any forester's rations in your kit, each successful chop will give you 10% more XP and 20% chance to not obtain a log, basically extending your AFK trips. So if you don't have any rations in your backpack, it's going to be no different than your regular axe. So it's not going to be any slower. It's just going to be like a cosmetic upgrade if you don't have the rations in your backpack. So there's really no reason, unless you just are super attached to the look of the regular one-handed axe. So every set of leaves gives you a different amount of rations, all the way from normal giving 2 to magic giving 12, which is pretty cool because that's the one I have the most of. Then depending on what level of fish you use it with, it will multiply that number by the base. And then there's these new things called the Twitcher's Gloves, which that name just gives me PTSD from a video I watched. I don't want to talk about it though. Every time you receive a log, a charge will be consumed. I believe they have like 250 charges. Yeah, right there, 250 charges. Alright, so just to update everyone in case you didn't watch my first video, which if you didn't, you should, but it's probably outdated now that Forestry Part 2 is out, since that was kind of what the whole video was about. If we check very quickly my forestry kit, I've got 25,000 bark, all saved up from when Forestry Part 1 first initially released. So if we go to the Friendly Forester here, I should have plenty of stuff for the felling axe handle. Here we go, it costs 10,000 bark, 500 oak logs, a large handle for turning an axe into a felling axe. Give me exactly 1. There we go, and that is a collection log slot, baby. Now, if I combine it with the dragon axe, remember, if you're doing this, this is irreversible, so heed my warning. You cannot redo this. I just have 2 dragon axes. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't do it. You'll need to be near an anvil. What the f? You can use the one right over here. That's great. That's beautiful. So now can I do it? If I do it like this, you'll need a hammer! Okay, now that I've got my hammer, can you please just do it? You sure want to convert your dragon axe into a felling axe. This cannot be undone. Do it, dude. Just do it. Nike's told me that once long ago. Ooh, okay, I'll be honest. It looks pretty cool. Oh, just call me. I don't know any lumberjack names, actually. Okay, now I just grabbed I have tons of monkfish in my bank, so that's just the fish I grabbed. And I've got my magic leaf, so let's see how many of these rations I can make. And it just, and you get a little bit of cooking XP. Wow, actually that might be kind of a neat little, I mean, it's not much cooking XP, but could be some potential gains. Now, you have to have these forestry rations for your two-handed axe to even matter. So otherwise, it's just, like I said earlier, a cosmetic upgrade. So you have to have these rations for them to be consumed, but you can make them by the freaking bundle. I was coming over here to flex on the other nerds, but here's the friendly bees event. So I have to, what do I have to do? I have to smoke them out somehow. Build the beehive. There we go. I need a log. Oh, no. I came over here to flex on the nerds. Wait, why is it using that axe? Why is it using that axe? Wait, what? Did you see that? Why is it using why does it alternate to that axe? Wait a minute. Why is it doing that? I guess because that one uses charges? That is, interesting. Let's put this bad boy to use and see how it does. So here I am chopping. It does look like it's slower, but actually, I was getting XP pretty fast there. So it doesn't seem like it's, much of a different animation. It does look kind of cooler, I suppose, but to me, it feels like it's slower just because he looks like he's chopping slower. But, and there we go. You consume a forester's ration to fuel a mighty chop. So there's the chance to not gain the log and the chance to chop it faster. So pretty cool all around, I suppose. Now then, jumping back to the news post really quick to finish up here. One last new addition is the Campfires. Now they had lots of things planned for these previously, like the tea editions, all the crazy things you could make, but they pretty much scrapped all of that. If you watched my previous update or my previous video, all the things that were like related to herb lore and all these crazy effects they were gonna have, they got rid of all that. However, you can still chill. We're introducing something a little less click-intensive. As of today's update, you'll be able to create campfires, which let you add and burn logs one at a time. So, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of, like, the old-school feeling of fire making, right? You just sit there and that's what fire making is. You spam lines of fires all across the world for people to see. Oh, okay, but it is for a third of the usual XP. Well, if I would have just read a little bit longer, I wouldn't have got so mad. But it is a less click-intensive way to do it, but it is also less XP. So you're trading AFK ability for less overall experience per hour, which I feel like most players, let's be honest, are gonna freaking do. Something else that I wanted to try out before I end this video is the Twitcher's gloves. I want to just buy one of them. Oh, you need willow logs! Oh, yeah, I forget you need extra components for half this crap. Okay, anyway, I want to try them out because they seem like they would be a pretty good investment, especially for, there we go, collection log, baby. Because I want to get clues, like that's the main reason I do these, because of the pretty fast rate from Bird's Nest to get clue scrolls. And can you choose which kind of, you can, which type of nest would you like as an increased chance of receiving? Clue, baby, clue. Always clue. Now, I am noticing that the charges are going down even without me getting anything, which, so per chop is kind of wild. Like 250 charges is not going to last that long. Lastly, we've added a feature which lets you withdraw logs from your log basket and forestry basket straight into your inventory. To empty the log basket, you had to come over here and remove it from your inventory, use it on the bank slot, pray you didn't accidentally click another player, walk over to the side like an idiot, and then empty the logs from your basket. Now, it's still not better. It's still not perfect, and I don't know why Jagex refuses to make this like similar to the other types of inventory item slots that are like this. You still, even if you have it on your person, which is great now, it doesn't take up an extra backpack slot, you can view it, view the log basket, tells you how many logs are in there, then it asks you if you want to empty it into your inventory. So it's still a lot of clicking comparatively to like the rest of the items that are of similar nature. So I really wish they would have added a little bit more change to it, but it is an improvement. And the ability to rest at a fire, although this is not a campfire that you can rest at, I guess you have to specifically do it yourself. Why can't I tend to those? Maybe because you have to add logs to the fire. Aha! That's why. Then it becomes a forester's campfire. Okay, so that's the difference there. Alrighty everyone, well I think it's about time we get ready to wrap this video up. As we chill at this bonfire with some friends, I have to say, I was really expecting to not enjoy much of this update with Forestry Part 2 because I thought they were going to add a bunch of things that were really not necessary, and I'll admit a lot of the new events, I could take them or leave them. However, I'm not mad at like the Dragon Axe, Felling Handle, or I guess any of the upgraded two-handed axes. They're all pretty sweet, so I'll be honest, I'll take the L on that. They're pretty swag, if I can say that, if the kids will allow me to say that, they're pretty swag. And I really like the addition or the ability to rest at the bonfires, whether or not you think the addition to the fire making skill by just, having an add all button where you can just throw all the logs onto the bonfire, whether you think that's kind of not against the essence of fire making as a whole, which could be potentially true, but I think that, as you could see earlier, people are still adding them in lines no matter what. I think just inspired a Jagex. I love this ability to sit at the bonfire and just have a freaking relaxing day. You can just take a load off. You can have a cup of tea, which really does nothing, but I'm not going to use the A word. It does look very pleasing. I'm not going to use that one word. You know the one, Joseph. You know the word I'm thinking about. I'm not going to use it. This chat over here keeps supplying the fire for me, and I'm really appreciative of it. I love this ability, basically, I guess, just to roleplay. It might seem silly, but it was something from Runescape 3 that I really, really enjoyed. The ability to sit down in a fire, or just to sit down on the ground and, recharge your run energy. Now, this does nothing. This literally does nothing, but it looks cool. It does. It's looking cool. I can say that. So what do you think, everyone, about Forestry Part 2? Do you like it? Do you hate it? I see lots of people complaining already on Twitter, or I guess X. How many times am I going to make that mistake? I don't know, but I got to get ready to go. The gym is calling me. The pre-workouts, it's hitting my veins. So yell at me at the comments if you want. Leave a like. Subscribe if you want. It's good to see everyone here. I'm glad for all the support. I'm thankful for all the support. I love each and every one of you. Leave a comment. I try to read every single one. I try to reply to every single one. But the fire's dying out in my own self and in game, and I gotta get ready to go, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday afternoon. This guy is still supplying the fire. Some say that he's even doing it to this day. Until next time, everyone, bye!